From rejection to romance. How Jung Hae finally melted Jung So-min's ice-cold wall. Why did Jung So-min, the nation's beloved sweetheart, keep turning him down for years? What made Jung Hae, known for his gentle charm and quiet intensity, keep coming back again and again, despite the cold stares and unanswered messages? Was it love, obsession, or something deeper? Let's dive into the dramatic, slow-burning saga that shocked even industry insiders. Red Carpet Revealed uncovers the truth behind the heartache, the persistence, and the unexpected twist that changed everything. They say the coldest hearts take the longest to warm. If that's true, then Jung So-min was the longest winter of my life. I first saw her not at a glamorous awards show, but behind the scenes of a low-key indie premiere. No lights, no stylists, just her in an oversized coat, sipping lukewarm coffee, and avoiding everyone in the room. She wasn't rude, she was withdrawn, like someone who had been burned too many times and now refused to stand too close to any fire. I smiled, said hello. She looked at me, nodded once, and said, "I know who you are." Like she was reading a line off a list. And that was it. Most would have taken the hint. I didn't, because in that one glance, I didn't see ice, I saw armor. And something about her silence intrigued me more than any scripted compliment ever could. I waited weeks before texting her. Just a friendly message about a show she'd been on. "Loved your segment on Night Vibes. Didn't expect you to be so quick-witted." She read it, no reply. 2 days later, I sent her a playlist. No words, just music. She left a heart emoji. No follow-up. Still, it was something. A few months later, fate threw us together again, this time as co-hosts for a charity event. We rehearsed side by side, pretending to be professional. I cracked a joke during the mic check. She didn't laugh, but her lips twitched. That twitch felt like a gold medal. Backstage, I offered her water. She said, "I can get it myself." I shrugged and replied, "I know, but I like annoying you." She raised an eyebrow, and just before walking on stage, she muttered, "You're weird." That was the closest thing to flirting I'd gotten from her. And it thrilled me. Weeks passed. I messaged her again, suggested a group dinner with mutual friends. She declined, politely, always politely, like she didn't want to be cruel, but still needed distance. Then, one rainy night, we bumped into each other outside a bookstore. She was alone, umbrella in one hand, a worn paperback in the other. I offered her coffee. She looked hesitant, then said, "Fine, but just 1 hour." We talked about Dostoevsky, childhood dogs, and her favorite ramen shop in Busan. She didn't ask anything about my career. Didn't care about my next project or how many fans showed up at fan signings. That was new. That was refreshing. That was dangerous. When we parted ways, she said, "You're not what I expected." I asked if that was a good thing. She smirked. "I haven't decided." For a while, that's how it went. A tug of war with no winner. I'd reach out. She'd retreat. I'd make her laugh. She'd change the subject. I knew she wasn't playing hard to get. She was protecting herself. From what? I didn't know, but I wanted to find out. One night, out of nowhere, she texted me first. "Can't sleep. You up?" I was. We talked until dawn. About everything. About nothing. I asked her why she always kept people at arm's length. She said, "Because I'm tired of being someone's temporary thrill." I replied, "I want to be permanent." She didn't respond, but the next morning, she sent a photo of the sunrise with the caption, "Still don't trust you, but I like how you wait." We weren't dating, not officially, but something had shifted, slowly, gently. Then came the setback. A week later, an article dropped. A leaked email from a director's assistant suggested that I was emotionally overwhelming for So-min and that we should be kept apart during future projects. The internet spun its web of rumors. She stopped replying. I waited. Days passed. When I finally called, expecting her to hang up, she answered. In 2022, both actors were cast in a short indie film, Moonlight Motel, a project that flew under the radar but had a fiercely loyal crew. The film wasn't romantic. They didn't even share scenes, until one infamous reshoot. A staff member, speaking under anonymity, recalled, "There was this one scene where they accidentally crossed paths on set. She was wrapping up. He was just arriving. Hae-in walked past, nodded, and she said, 'You again?' But it was the tone, teasing, not cold. From that moment, their presence on set started changing. Hae-in lingered after scenes. So-min smiled more between takes. Still, no one dared ask, until the wrap party. The night So-min opened up, and shocked everyone. It was late. The team had gathered in a private noraebang after dinner. The drinks were flowing, and laughter echoed through the walls. According to a makeup artist who was there, "We were joking about bad kiss scenes. And someone teased So-min about her strict no dating co-stars rule. She just laughed and said, 'Well, Hae-in isn't a co-star anymore, right?' Gasps. Someone nearly dropped a mic. She said it casually, but you could tell it meant something." The artist added, "She looked nervous, like she'd said too much." That single sentence ignited a wildfire of rumors. But there was no confirmation, until the leaks. The messages no one was supposed to see. Weeks later, an anonymous Instagram account posted blurred screenshots of messages believed to be between the two stars. Though both agencies declined to comment, fans were quick to piece the puzzle together. Here are a few excerpts allegedly from those chats. Hae-in, "I still don't know if I make you smile or if you're just being polite." So-min, "You make me annoyed, but it's the kind of annoyed I miss when you're not around." Another message, seemingly sent late at night. Read, So-min, "You know I'm scared, right?" Hae-in, "Me too, but if we're scared together, maybe that's safer than being alone." Although the authenticity of the screenshots was never confirmed, insiders say they were 100% real, and were likely taken from a friend's phone who had access to a group chat. The friends who knew, and kept it quiet. Actress Park Jin-joo, one of So-min's closest friends, finally broke her silence in a podcast interview months later. Without naming names, she said, "She told me she was letting her guard down for someone who wasn't scared to wait. I knew exactly who she meant. I just didn't want to jinx it." One of Hae-in's drama co-stars also hinted during a variety show. He used to leave set quickly. Then suddenly, he's staying behind, checking his phone every 2 seconds and smiling like an idiot. When asked who he was texting, Hae-in had reportedly replied, "No one important." Yet, behind closed doors, the turning point, what truly shifted the dynamic wasn't public, it was a night no one saw coming. According to a source close to the production team, there was a technical glitch during an outdoor night shoot. Everyone waited for hours as the lighting was fixed. So-min sat alone, wrapped in a blanket. Hae-in walked over with 2 cups of coffee. They didn't speak much, but a staff member caught the moment on their phone. The two stars leaning against the same trailer. Heads tilted slightly toward each other. Her hand brushing his as he passed her the cup. It wasn't staged, the crew member said. It was quiet, natural, almost sacred. That photo never made it online. But in the hearts of those who saw it, that was the moment the story changed. Their story didn't begin with sparks. It began with silence, awkward moments, and quiet resistance. What made it real was everything the cameras didn't catch. A glance that lingered too long. A voice note played over and over. A simple, clumsy message sent at 2 a.m. Love didn't come easy for Jung Hae-in and Jung So-min. But perhaps that's what made it matter. As one crew member said best, they weren't trying to make headlines. They were just trying to find peace with each other.